And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Victoria 3 as the Great Qing in patch 1.9.7. After we loaded the patch 1.9.6, run into it so we can continue. Let's get the time advancing. We are running a little bit of a debt right now. That is getting worse. While we try to pass laissez-faire. Kind of laissez-faire was going to reduce the interest more. We'll hand more over to the private queue. And in theory, it helped the private queue just have more to invest. So we're also now on, in the last one, we did get proportional taxation. So we're definitely in a position where we're much more capable of expanding our tax base. It would technically be earning more on per capita, but I think in the long run this is going to be better to just be on proportional. That law. Let's actually swap over to the higher officer ratio and Junicol. GDP is definitely in the long run rising. There's bits and spurts here where it's going down instead of up because of maybe overbuilding various things. But the general trend is up. You can see there's a little bit of noise in there, but when we're up in the billions, the noise will be pretty small. Using many explosives we're importing. Right now I have a tariff on exports. Let's actually drop the tariff on exports. We're getting more and more closer to the point where I'm just on board with exporting if things want to export. Maybe not at the point where I want to set subventions on export, but... Interesting. There must be an oversupply of sulfur on the world market for importing it right now. Or maybe this is a location in our country where we've got bad sulfur access. Okay, Lufang, that doesn't surprise me. Definitely doesn't need a fool the big guys to go over. You're 62? Okay, so that's potentially a good sign. For thinking about integrating some of them. Could do Honduras, could do Nicaragua. Let's do Honduras. Investment right treaty bit is gone because, you know, you don't need it when you have them as your subject. Language in the classroom. We'll take the assimilation penalty. You know, we'll let them leave. We're not in a position where we can bring the literati into government. At least I don't think we are. In any sense of the term. Did a reform. Hide that for the moment. Literati, yeah, just to bring the literati in just tanks everything. So, no. They're out of government, we're not going to be able to make use of that utopian, so we'll let them leave. We might try to bring him back later, but for the moment he can leave. I guess we need railways. That's not actually super surprising. I haven't been staying on top of infrastructure. Granted, it looks like it's building them because it's profitable, not because we needed infrastructure. Yeah. One of the changes they made in the most recent patch is they made it more likely to build railways if they'd be profitable. Though I don't imagine they're super profitable. And we've got nothing but iron mines queued up for a while. Okay. What do I want to build next? There's monitors. Okay, we'll probably move and respond to needing the metal warships. So we swap those over. That also means we need to come over into urban. Swap over our military shipyards to steel hull. And the swap over is going reasonably fast. You want me to give you steel for nothing. I'm gonna say no to that. Presumably they want steel. Let's see what we can negotiate for and with. We're going to good transfer. They wanted steel, but they... Oh, actually, they want a small amount of steel. We could do massive amounts of steel. They're not quite on board with massive. It is cheaper in our market than it is there, so that would be a money-making one. That's why they thought that we'd take it. Say we do investment rates for that. Wait, they're not on board with coal. Yeah, they're basically not on board with the ammunition. We get one from ammunition, but that's not a good choice. Fine art they'd be on board with. That actually might be enough. Just give them some fine art. Don't you give them a lot? Like 50 something? Why did they not move it? Minus 24 from exceeding the... Oh, you just don't want more for goods. Okay. By the way, no, yeah, it is that way. So there's probably no laws that they want to take that we could help them with. I could just transfer some money. Well... There we go. Of course, the transfer to Nova is also giving more interest to declare, or should be giving more. Let's assume it does. Might have changed how that works. Plus 5% there. Calculation here. 10 from naval power production. Multiplier of 100,000. Off of something. Off of power production. Okay. So we're just not protecting enough power off of the boats yet, the new improved boats. Threshing machine. Yeah. When we're looking to have more people, that will be good. Now is... Looks like we have enough metal ships. In fact, looks like we're still exporting metal ships. Trade center throughput. Yeah, let's do trade center throughput. There we go. So there's laissez-faire. Siege from power production. There we go. Yeah, and I suppose we're about as good as we're gonna get trying to move to, like, no migration controls. Probably do want the radical level to come down a little bit more before we go there. Massive opposition to... No, we're too authoritarian apparently for there not to be censorship. And we don't have mutual funds yet. Okay, we're waiting until mutual fund spreads to us. I think that's what we're going to do next. Yeah, there must be a demand for groceries. Groceries is expensive, and we're still exporting it. Yeah. Make more coal. I think we're less worried about more exports for the moment. Drop the taxes on your export. Drop the taxes on your export. Same here. I suppose. There is quite a demand for art. 57 art missing, or 57 art we're importing, and another 144 short. Where's that art sector? It's in development instead. Yeah, okay. On the tab I was thinking it was in. It's art's valuable, right? So it's not a lot being produced, but it's actually quite a lot of value. Well, still not a lot of value. It's probably worth the construction cost at this point. So, like 30 art academies. And I do have a couple, so let's just slam another 10 levels into each of those. Try not to import art. Maybe try to swing it around and start to export it. Yep, looks both like both of the existing corporations are doing good. They're probably going to move actually onto clothing next. From farms to factory, so get 5% state construction efficiency in one state. Farms to better farms. Won't matter if everyone comes to the city, yeah. Mutual funds there. Minting, loan interest rate, maximum trade advantage. And then the big one here is we get to finally swap over to financial districts. Shopkeepers out, bureaucrats in. Mutually beneficial. National exchange standards. 1,000 down there. Gantry lanes. 5 months left. Might do steel frame buildings next. No, floating harbors, then steel frame buildings. And then we'll be back over in here. We'll probably do steel railways, electrical generation, electrical capacitors, electrical railways, and we'll start electrification. And yeah, I don't think we got any more fish to make. We have all the domestic fish. Yeah, all the domestic fish is done. Could do... We don't need the whale yet, so we're going to hold off on the whaling stations. But when we need the whale, that'll be a good thing to do. And we're back to importing paper, which is something we should fix. Another 43 levels of paper making. We'll go full 50. Because we're probably going to need it after we do the art. Art's going to consume paper as well. And our deficit's definitely going down. Not sure how much of that is the transition onto laissez-faire, or actually the tax improving. Might actually be the tax improving, because we're almost at the point where we're making as much on proportional as we would on land. And to be fair, as we make more art, we might just find that we have more demand for art. Almost there in gantry cranes. There we go. Floating harbor. And then that's steamships. Is it going to be the last improvement on fishing wharfs? You have industrial ports, more merchant marine. So steamship, of course, craters because we're making more than we need. Because apparently we're making also the... we're probably making it all for the entire market, which we're not making anymore. That's fine, we can just import it for the subjects. And then we could actually encourage... What we're clicking on? That's what I was clicking on. Okay, we already have no tariffs on exports of steamers, so that's good. Debating if it makes sense to... It's probably still too early to make the dash down to central planning. Do I electrify then do telephones, or do I do telephones and then electrify? That's the question. That I do not have a great answer for. So most really subject is Kandahar. 47. So I can definitely make someone a puppet. So we'll start with Nicaragua. Give it a little bit of time for Nicaragua and Kandahar to come down a little bit before we move on to the next one. And then power block wise, those are our attempts at... Nope. Los Altos is able to come in. Fight the power block. 95% chance to accept. Oh, you're in the British Empire, that's why it's pretty low. Like, that's small enough one that I would not be surprised if we could get it to swing. Over here. Very opposed to it, okay. Oh, and I don't have the mandate yet for last colonial offices. Last colonial offices is when we'll probably want to start attacking people to force them in. Making paper to drive the paper price down. Could use more engines. We're not desperate for more engines. Still importing rubber. Not sure we have any more domestic-ish rubber. Because it'd be down here. Shaw does. We'll give Shaw one rubber maker. Do I have a subvention? I still have a subvention on that. Save ourselves a little bit of money. That might make the rubber price go up a little bit, but... And then the amount that we're importing for fine art has gone down, but apparently we still need more fine art. Yeah, we can do another 40 things of art. Is this the 3 art making places? Apparently. Okay. Do another 40 things of art. Oh, you're going after Persia. What are you going after Persia for? Make Persia a protectorate. I don't want that. Too low on hostile. Oh dear. No. Darn, I'm not in a good place to interrupt with this. Okay, I might be able to do something. Suppose I could declare war for the exact same thing, and maybe do it faster than the British. No, they back down, which is a little bit of a problem. $771.3 infantry just annex them. I assume Great Britain will get involved if I did that. As their overlord would presumably get involved. Yeah. Now, with our army, that might... I'm not sure we'd be worried about Great Britain getting involved, but... I decided I wanted a bigger navy. This is one way to fight the British. If we can get a big enough navy, then we could hypothetically just land the British. And or just strangle them. The whole, you need to get things through the English Channel to do anything is not great for the British. If someone has decided they don't like them. Okay, making a bunch of paper, but that's temporary. Oh, I'm at the point where I just need more construction again as well. Okay. That's a good place to be. This means the civilian sector is rapidly growing. Oh, we're on peasants. So yeah, we should have the workers in those 3 places. I'm going to really splurge. We're probably not ready to build another 60. So I'm going to build another 60. Well, 57 technically. I suppose I could raise a lot of revenue from raising taxes. Okay, I'm not really in a position to stop the British there. So we can probably go and merge, or puppet another one, and give it a couple weeks, and then puppet the second one. Mass scale trading. Not the... Actually, no, it is the highest of the trade throughput. Okay. Then do that swap. And that was what we wanted over here, so we're done over there. Now it's on to the steel frame. Got my mandate. So that was actually what I was waiting to do, a puppeting of Persia. Of course, now they're a Great British puppet, we can't do that. So at this point, we're probably just better off annexing the small people instead of puppeting them, so we're probably better off in just annexing these 3. If they're not on board with our thought process. Anyway, I'm holding off building more construction. I do see I need more until we can apply a steel frame here. This is going to make all of them far more efficient. The jingoist head of the Confucian scholars. Okay. Famous cafe. Get a market liberal. Sure. Not as the head of the scholar officials. Well, we could bring them in as the head of the scholar officials. Oh, we haven't done commercialized agriculture. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's do that. Goblin Z, exile him. Sure. Okay. Oh, I need to wait until that movement is pressuring them. That shouldn't take too long. Their movement is reasonably strong. They'll be more likely to do it with a agitator. I give them clippers, which is fine. I get a power block embassy. They get trade privileges. Sure. So, oh, there's one's down here. Oppressor and oppressed, a storm approaches. Spectre hunting the world has arrived. And to be fair, this time I don't actually have policing and home affairs really leveled up, so it might actually get out of control. I don't think it's going to get out of control. That's a different problem. Okay, we're down below. Yeah, bring it up to 71. So we can definitely get another one to a puppet. Do this one. One's going to come to their aid, because... Come to their aid. Well, I suppose... If we get into a situation where Persia can come to someone's aid, we could swing that as a way to get at Persia. We can't attack Persia directly, but we can attack everyone who is not Persia. "13 months and we have steel frame buildings. And we'll probably try to rapidly embrace that, even though that's going to require rapidly expanding glass and steel. Though we have a surplus glut on both of those, so for the moment that's not a problem. Yeah, we have a big planned naval expansion that just hasn't started yet. And once we get into it, it will go pretty quickly, I think, because military headquarter buildings is pretty cheap. Okay, so we got new states. We do need to incorporate one of them, so we'll start the incorporation. Let's check our PMs, because that may have screwed up some of the PMs. Oh, we are at a place where we can go and swap over to fertilizers, so we'll do that. Oops. And we're probably in a point where I could do that swap, so let's do that swap. At some point we might subsidize that industry. Fertilizer, improved fertilizer, on paper bleach, everything on machine tools, crystal glass, bone china, man's workshop, precision tools, sewing machine, craftsman sewing, everything on baking, everything on packaging. Okay. We're going after Hawaii. So I might try to get involved to deny Hawaii going to Great Britain, just because it's Hawaii. Oh, that opened up a bunch of fronts. Okay. That opened a bunch of fronts. That shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem. Some of these fronts I don't think will last particularly long, but should garrison them nonetheless. Okay, we're not going to garrison Hawaii very much, so I should send one of the fleets. Go sit in the node out there. Just in case. UK isn't appreciative of the fact that they've got 4 new borders, or 4 new fronts to deal with. Broke the Philadelphia proposal. I don't know what that was, but it's been broken. Oh, America's joining the other side. Okay. What does America think it's getting? One of my territories from Dainan. No, America doesn't... America just show up for, like, nothing. Call ally. They're allied with the British. Okay. This so has the potential to become a very big slog. Because I've got war goals on me, so the British can't just wait me out. I think I have enough navy that I can hopefully stop them from landing Hawaii, so yeah, this might go for a while. Oh, 2 unassigned to the Piggy front. One of you needs to go up to that front. Others will have problems. Yeah, and everywhere I think we need to actually swap the defense, because I think we're gonna have a hard fight. Yeah, that's getting a little ballsy trying to liberate Australia there. This is going to be the one front I take the liberty of saying I want to attack on. It is, to be fair. Yep, for the moment we'll let Honduras have its own market. The whole probably being blockaded is not good for business. Yeah, this is gonna get expensive, but I think we're gonna buckle down and try to win this war. Mostly means turning most of the mobilization options on. That's a bit of a doom fleet. I think we did some damage to it, but not enough to win. There we go. So there's steel frame buildings, and apparently electrical generation. Okay. Yeah, steel roller cars next. And then maybe the middle of the war is not the best time to be increasing our construction rate, but we're going to start poking that bear. Couple swamps. Glass shot up, but not too badly. Steel shot up, but not too badly. Right now, I think our Navy quality is about the same, but they just have 200 there, and I can't both protect Hawaii and shoot that off. In fact, I might not be able to shoot that off, keep them off of Hawaii, so we'll see how that goes. Thinking, well, we're at war, so now's probably a good time to make more groceries. We'll probably make them after we're done with the construction. Done with the shipbuilding construction, I mean. Go like 40 food industries. Okay, that fleet's repaired. I could try fighting again, but I don't think we are going to win. Going straight out into it. Again, I could risk not defending Hawaii, which would be how we could very quickly lose the war. I'm not getting the indicator about blockade. Yeah, apparently not getting the indicator about blockade. Though, I suspect we are to some limited extent. What's the iron and glass looking like? Still some space there, yeah. Civilizing mission. Another interest. Yeah, we can do that a couple more times. Another couple over. I suppose collectively, we're also waiting for America to go home, so America's not going to hang around forever. Oh, they actually won the naval engagement. That's not good. Well, the Hawaii portion of this war might be over soon. I just need to fight the rest of it to a stalemate if that's the case. Yeah, the civilian sector, I think, is just a little hungry for construction capacity. Give it a little bit by just not building anything more for a moment. Try to save the government construction queue some money. So yeah, they're gonna capitulate. And it's gonna be me versus UK and America. Steam trains and steel passenger cars. Tech-wise. Yeah, we'll completely open hearth processing. Yeah. Or, well, we're definitely not ready to do electrification yet, and we're not in a good place for trying to dash for central planning. Could do identification documents instead. Then maybe we would be in a decent place for the dash. Okay, now it's just me versus the UK. I think I can negotiate the UK down to a white peace. Don't think we're going to get into Burma. Or not into Persia. Though, there is maybe one way. Let's demobilize you because you're obviously not in a place where you can move. So the war's still going over in 90 days. What we'll attempt is a naval landing of Persia. Because I think if I can take the Persian HQ, the British will be able to go below zero. Okay, I don't got enough in the queue anymore. Need to queue new stuff up. Food's not bad. Engine's not bad. Let's do food, because unlike engines and clothing that can benefit from electrification, it can't. That's another 40 levels of food. Yeah, we're definitely at the point where if I can afford to, I should do more construction. Okay, I think I just beat the British fleet. And if that's the case, let's go blockading London. Do the same thing for furniture. Do some furniture construction. 20 things of furniture. Okay, the Navy's arrived. We're waiting for the Army. No, actually, we're waiting for the Navy. The Army is there. Crumbs, they're on Nam. So they control the objectives, and they're really not going to be on board. Give me what I want with this. They have an objective. Well, boo. This is presumably what I get for sticking my nose in places that I shouldn't be. question is, the Americans gone home? And no. Can I get one of these objectives back before I capitulate? That's the question here. Burma? No. Annam? They don't even occupy, so I can't do a naval invasion on. Maybe Bangkok? No, Burma, I'm not going to give you more freedom that you're about to lose because you're going to be controlled by the British anyway. Flip side of this is, I suppose if we can get control of Bangkok, we'll stop ticking down. Is it working? I think the answer is no. We lost the war. Okay, I think we got a glitch maybe on the subventions. This is one of the things we were hearing about. Or it might be that we have so much market access issues that we'll fix over time. In the meantime, we need to make what we have work. Oh, we got a tax revenue issue. Okay, let's try to fix the tax revenue issue first. Okay, let's pick up telephones. And then I will... Well, we'll have massive demand for telephones anyway, but we'll start trying to skip over into switchboard tech. Do the ahead-of-time cost on central planning. Alright, devastation's recovering. Almost to the point where we can grab Vassalization 3. I think it's just more authority. Oh, looking at the time, I should put a part break in here. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. Hopefully where we won't get involved in such a massive war. As we watch a massive war starting on the horizon. Okay, hopefully Great Britain will be busy in whatever war they've just got themselves bedded in for the next part. So yeah, if you're watching YouTube, part tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, there's going to be a short break where I get up and stretch the legs, but then we'll get right back to recording. Probably for one more hour. See how high we can get the GDP during this part. The whole war was not, you know, good for the GDP. I think we're in a position where we can get them back pretty quickly, but at least we didn't necessarily lose any Chinese territory. We lost Bangkok, lost Anon there. It said something about transferring Burma, but it doesn't look like Burma got transferred. Yeah, so we kept most of our territory. Bit of a shame that we didn't quite succeed there. We did our best. We definitely needed the Navy to be a bit of a team player, and I didn't necessarily expect it to be quite so many borders right from Ready, Set, Go. But yeah, this is where I'm going to put the part break in. So until next time, wish you all the best of luck and good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.